turbochargers versus superchargers. The illustration shows how a turbocharger looks like. The illustration shows how a supercharger looks like. A supercharger is an air compressor that increases the pressure or density of air supplied to an internal combustion engine. This gives each intake cycle of the engine more oxygen, letting it burn more fuel and do more work, thus increasing power. The power of a supercharger can be provided mechanically by means of a belt, gear, shaft, or chain connected to the engine's crankshaft. We have two types of superchargers. There are two main types of superchargers according to the method of gas transfer. We have a positive displacement supercharger and a dynamic compressor supercharger. Positive displacement blowers and compressors deliver an almost constant level of pressure increase at all engine speeds, while dynamic compressors do not deliver pressure at low speeds. We will start off by defining what a turbocharger is and its functionalities. A turbocharger is a turbine-driven forced induction device that increases an internal combustion engine's efficiency and power output by forcing extra compressed air into the combustion chamber. This improvement over a naturally aspirated engine's power output is due to the fact that the compressor can force more air and proportionally more fuel into the combustion chamber than the atmospheric pressure. Turbochargers were originally known as turbo superchargers before, when all forced induction devices were classified as turbochargers. Today, the term supercharger is typically applied only to mechanically driven forced induction devices. The key difference between a turbocharger and a conventional supercharger is that a supercharger is mechanically driven by the engine, often through a belt connected to the crankshaft of the engine, whereas a turbocharger is powered by a turbine driven by the engine's exhaust gases. Compared with a mechanically driven supercharger, turbochargers tend to be more efficient on fuel but less responsive. Twin charger refers to an engine with both a supercharger and a turbocharger. Turbochargers are commonly used on trucks, cars, train, aircraft, and construction equipment engines. They are most often used with Otto cycle, with diesel cycle internal combustion engines. The following videos illustrate how turbochargers and superchargers work on cars. This was a cybercrime assignment done by the Group 5 called Petrol Hits.